It's important that we stay on point so that when we do grab one, that we're all together.
Right.
We are here today to talk to council members and make sure that we have their support for the Right to Know Act.
All we're asking is that when you encounter us, you're asking us for your identification, we need to know who you are. We're asking that if you're going to conduct a search, make sure that it's legal. The Right to Know Act are two pieces of common sense legislation that are before the City Council. Intro 541, consent to search. In a stop, law enforcement would have to let you know that they want to search your bag. In doing so, they would also let you know that you have the right to refuse that search. They would also have to let you know that if you do consent to the search at any given time, you can stop the search. Drill 182, identification. And may I see your identification? And you hand that officer your identification. You then can say, excuse me, may I have your identification also? And he gives you some form of identification, preferably a business card with their name, rank, shield, and command, precinct. And you know she's out here with us.
Yes, I see.
The Right to Know Act, unfortunately, has still not been brought to the floor, and we're insistent that it will be brought to the floor for a vote at the next stated meeting in December.
Why wouldn't you want this legislation passed? These two bills were part of a larger bill, the Community Safety Act, that was passed in 2013. With that being passed, we had to reintroduce the Right to Know Act legislation, the bills that we could not get into the Community Safety Act during that time. So they were reintroduced. Only a couple of us need to approach the council members that we're going to speak with and take them away from that. If a council member is in your district that you know of, then you should be a point of contact.
Estamos aquí para sacar un retrato. Una foto, por favor. Come on, guys.
Give me the big boy. Give me the big boy.
All right,
How many
come on,
times we take
folks.
this picture?
As many times.
Until the legislation.
On this photo.
Yes, very good. All right, come on, guys, get them signs. Come on, guys.
Late, right, you know, crew, so let's do that. No, I never mind. This is
What this legislation would do would ensure that a law enforcement officer would tell a person, you have the right to decline the search if I have not done something that warrants you being in the process of getting ready to arrest me. We're talking about these encounters whereby, unfortunately, a lot of people are stopped, asked for identification, searched, and then sent on their way.
We, as family members of victims, unfortunately know all too well that any interaction with the police can turn into a deadly one. So it is extremely important that it's passed, and it has to be passed now. It's our right. Our human rights shouldn't be violated, but they are on a daily basis by people who are hired to serve and protect.
And we're getting a lot of pushback. My goal here is to make everyone happy, right? And that's not easy to do. And that compromising is not easy. But my goal has always been to pass it.
No matter what happens, and we hope that it does pass in 2017, if it doesn't, we'll probably have to reintroduce it in some form or another. And we'll continue to do that because it is just common sense and fair. And it's what the community wants.